Now, what you will learn? Uh, the first thing that before I go into this slide, let me explain you, or let me tell you something. When you write a program, before starting this course, we rarely thought about how this program is getting executed on the hardware. We were mainly concerned about writing a program, and then when we write the program, our main concern was the program should be bug free. That means we could compile the program and then run the program and get the result. If we get the result on computer screen, that means the program is running properly, so our job is done. But from now on, we should think about how the program is actually getting executed over the hardware. Now we need to remember one thing, and that is our computer does not understand our programming language. What our computer understands, or our hardware understands? Our hardware or our computer understands only binary values. That means 0 and 1. But do you write using binary values when you are writing code using, let's say, C or other programming language? We don't. We write in some predefined structure of that language. But you need to remember that no matter how we write the program in some programming language, our computer, our hardware only understands binary value. So we need to know how that program is getting translated into that binary value, which we call machine instruction. So when we have a code, when we translate it into machine into binary values, we would say that's a machine code of our program. Now in between our and the program, the code that we have written using some particular programming language, we call them as high level code, using high level languages. Now in between these two, high level language and machine language, we have another language which is called assembly language. So in this course, we'll learn how we can translate our high level code into assembly code, and then obviously we need to translate it into machine code so that our program so that our hardware can execute them. So what we can say that this course will teach us how we can make the translation from high level code to the machine assembly code, and from the assembly code to the machine code. This is what this course will teach us. Now the second point, which is this one, what it says, that the hardware and software interface. Now the name of this course is computer architecture, but even though the name sounds like purely hardware based course, but this is not hardware based course. We need to remember that this is not hardware based course. This is a course that deals with both hardware as well as softwares. So a guy who is a computer architect knows both about the hardware of the computer as well as the software of the computer. That guy works like an interface for the hardware guys as well as the software guys. So this is not only hardware course, this is as well as a software course, because a computer architect knows how hardware works as well as knows software works. So what determines program performance? We'll also know how program performance, what are the factors that determines the program performance. Why the program is running fast, or why the program is running slow. So we know that. Is it because of the algorithm? Is it because of the compiler? Is it because of the hardware associated with the computer? We know that. So, how hardware designers improve performance? We also know what are the factors in the hardware that are slowing the overall performance of the computer and what changes should be brought. And then at the later half of this course, we'll see about or we'll discuss about parallel processing, probably very briefly, but we'll try to do it. Now let's see what we have in the next slide. Okay, as we just said that perform as we have said about performance. So understanding performance, to understand the performance, what do we need? To understand the performance, we need these four in general, these four, but there could be many more, but just stick to these four for the time being. So the first one is algorithm. Now, we all know what is algorithm. Algorithm is nothing but stepwise implementation of some problem or stepwise solution of some problem. We have a problem. Let's say you are trying to add from 1 to 10. This is a problem, very small problem, but still for that problem you need to have an algorithm, and that algorithm would tell you how to process your or how to approach the solution, where to start and where to stop. So algorithm tells you, or algorithm determines how many steps you should have or you can have or you will have in a solution of a problem. So determines, so what we can say that algorithm determines the number of operations to be executed. So as we all know about we actually do not know yet, but we have heard about it in previous slide, that assembly instruction. So which means determines the number of operations to be executed, which means in your algorithm the number of steps that you will have assembly instructions for them. Now if your algorithm is really optimum, that means you will have minimum number of steps. As a result, you have minimum number of lines of assembly code, which would give you minimum number of lines in the machine code. Now then the other factor, programming language, compiler and architecture. What it does, determines number of machine instructions executed per operation. See, programming language and then compiler, then architecture, they're all related. So based on programming language, some programming language might generate more high level code, compiler might generate more assembly code, architecture might have direct mapping of your high level code into assembly code, or sometimes they do not. So these are the factors that determines the number of instructions that you might end up having. And then if you look carefully, then you would see that this part, these 2 points, these are actually software issues. Now if you consider these 2 points, then you would see processor and memory systems. These are hardware, so determines how fast instructions are executed. And then IO systems, including OS, determines how fast IO operations executed. As you can see, I just mentioned in the previous slide that this course is not only about hardware. This is both hardware and software. This is a combination of hardware and software. A computer architect is an interface for hardware guys as well as for software guys. So this is what this is what this slide tells you, that in the upper part we have seen that this is software and this one is hardware. So whoever becomes a computer architect, who we'll have knowledge of both of these, and then we'll have knowledge of this. That's why I said that this is both hardware